Hi everyone, this is Carrie Swenson, holistic health counselor and yoga teacher with Mountain Mermaid Wellness. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my February vibes, nourishment tips for body and soul, where I give just a little overview of what's coming up this month, planetarily, just the season we're in, looking at the body and what we can be doing to support ourselves and our own nourishment. So we are still in the season of winter, and for my friends in the Midwest, in the East, wow, we made it through a tough, cold, can't even imagine how cold of week. Looks like you're getting some respite this weekend though, so in this season of winter, in the Chinese medicine world, we're in a yin season. It's the deepest yin season of all of them, and the yin really representing the feminine, the moon, the going inward, slowing down, all the characteristics that winter really kind of provides us. And with it being such a yin season, it represents the element of water. So in our bodies, the organs that are governed by water are our bladder and our kidneys, and that's where all of the water in our body flushes through those organs to be released out in our urine. And those two organs are powerhouses for our emotional realm. So our bladder is said to be the seat of our emotions, and the kidneys really, as they support the cleansing of our blood and just cleaning out the body, they really store the emotion of fear. They also are our vital force energy location. So these are like two powerhouse organs that you might not really think much about unless something's going on specifically in your health related to those organs. So with these organs, they really are highlighting the importance that we're in balance to the water element. And when we think about the water element in our bodies, in the chakra system of yoga, we connect with the water element through our hips. And just north of our hips are our kidneys and our bladder, and so it all kind of connects into that area. And water is movement. Water, in a healthy way, is moving. If it stops moving, it becomes stagnant. And it's the same thing related to our emotional realm, which the water, of course, connects us to. And when emotions get stuck in our bodies, they can create illness, they can create disease, they can create just emotional upheaval. I think we all have probably felt that before. And when we are looking to bring harmony to our water element, we're looking to be really connected into our emotional realm. And I think it's all just always perfect and potent how everything is always laid out, how everything is so connected. And I know that's big and ambiguous, but I'll continue on to just show the connection. So because in Chinese medicine we are looking at the water element, and we can really connect with that within these organs and within the area of our hips and the sacral chakra. We're looking to have a deep connection to our emotions, have an outlet to feel and to release and to heal our emotions. And winter gives us this beautiful container to slow down enough to really go into what we're really feeling, what we're really experiencing in the realm of our emotions. that is the realm of our feminine nature, regardless of if you're a man or a woman. We all have those masculine, feminine qualities, and the yin energy is the feminine. So, how may you know that your water element is maybe off balance? A couple things to notice is maybe if you're really dealing with a lot of fear and anxiety that seems a little maybe just expanded, or just feels like more than maybe the situation you're feeling anxious about should really be bringing up for you. That's one way, is just noticing that. Also, if you're just having a lack of willpower or ambition, like you're just kind of feeling like it's winter and I just feel maybe kind of blah about it all. So that might be an indicator. If you love the color blue and just want to wear it all the time and are just like, give me blue, give me blue, I need to be around blue, I need to wear blue, maybe I'm feeling blue, that could be an indicator. Or that you really hate the color blue and you have like an aversion to it. That could be an indicator as well. So how can we support this water element during this month of February? Connecting to our emotions. So if you haven't started a journal, whether you call it your emotional journal, where you just write everything emotionally related that you just want to have in one place, or maybe you're really, you have a lot of grief that you're working with that's coming up for you, and you just have a grief journal, and it's just about that. I really encourage you to spend time, whether it's just 5 or 10 minutes each day, with your emotions. Anger that's coming up, fear, sadness, any emotions that feel like they're bubbling up and are needing to be looked at. They're just right in front of you. Irritability, we often, say, I'm feeling irritable, and if you go a little deeper, usually that's an indication just there's anger to be felt and to be looked at. So journaling. One way to do this is to draw your grief. Let's say you're working with grief, and draw it with your left hand on a piece of paper, whatever your grief looks like. It could be big, could be small. You just draw it with your non-dominant. Mine's left-handed, so that's what I was saying left. But your non-dominant hand, and then have a conversation with your grief with your right hand, your dominant hand, and talk to your grief. Ask it, what are you? Why are you here? What can I do to help or heal you? And just see, what comes up for you. Allowing yourself to make any sound associated to your grief. There's no right or wrong way, and you just let out whatever the sound may be, just to move the energy of the emotion in your body, around, through, and out, and give it somewhere to go instead of staying stuck within your body and causing any imbalance. So working with your emotions, so important for us to do that, to stay in our wholeness. And our emotional realm, it's vast, it's deep, and this might take some time. You might need to spend months around maybe a certain situation or a certain emotion you're working with, but from experience, it really does help. It's helped me to build a relationship to my emotions, so they're not driving my life, and they're not just like out there, but I'm building a relationship, and I'm not so scared to interact with what's coming up. So water, emotions. Water, drinking enough water this time of year keeps the bladder and the kidneys really flushed and moving. Being in water and being around water is so supportive. The these organs, they do well, they rebuild in cold weather in the winter, but if they get too cold or too wet, like if you're out on a really cold day in the snow and you get so chilled, that can really cause an imbalance. So when we're looking at what the earth is doing right now, and yes, it's blanketed with cold and maybe a lot of snow depending on where you are, we tend to think that everything is sleeping, and on the surface it appears that way, but if you go underneath, all the microorganisms are busy. They're moving around, they're getting things ready to grow in the spring, but so many of the plants and the trees are growing down deeper right now. And so it reminds us that there's gestation going on. And I think I mentioned this last month too. There's the percolations, there's the stirrings of ideas. And as we move into this month of Aquarius, the air sign of dreams and goals and ideals, of moving forward and of the future and visions, we can start to feel like some excitement around some ideas, but they just may not be really forming yet, like in a way that you can name them, or really even know yet how to move forward. And to allow yourself to just be with this process, not to push it. As inspiration for the next small step comes up, then you go there and you explore that. Not out of pushing to figure it out, just allowing it to unfold. So when we get to spring, already at the end of next month, some of these ideas will be starting to break above the surface. So I just invite you to be okay with not knowing, like even like your whole plan for your year, but you're probably beginning to notice what some ideas and themes are. And if there have been ideas that have been gestating for a couple of years or a while, you might be able to start seeing them take form. In a culture where we're so get things out there and be big and have our name and know what we're doing, and have the full expression out there immediately. That's just not how an idea really works. It has to gestate. It has to come into your body. You have to have a feeling. You have to have sensation. You have to sit with it, let it grow, and take its name, take its form as it's ready. And that can take any amount of time. This is a season of conserving energy. Letting the visions just percolate. So I just invite you to just be in that process and see where that takes you. Finally, just talking about nutrition for this month and in this winter season, with the roots that are growing so deep with our plants, and in nature. The bulbs of root plants can be very nourishing to our kidneys and our bladder. And some of those roots are comfrey leaf, nettles leaf, and looking at my notes, marshmallow root. Is good if you're having any issues related to your kidneys. So those are some supportive herbs to be just sipping on throughout this month. We have a new moon coming up on Monday the 4th in Aquarius. New moons being that time to set your intentions for the month ahead, to really just allow clarity to come forth in this new energy, going inward to connect in with what that is. And the themes usually reveal themselves a few days before, a few days after. In the sign of Aquarius, the sign, like I mentioned before, it's an air sign. It's very much about ideas and ideals. How are we unique? How are we eccentric, rebellious individuals? And how do we connect with the greater humanity? Very much about looking forward, growth-oriented. Such a great time to support our growth. As we get to the end of the month, February 19th is the full moon in Virgo, which is an earth sign. And Virgo takes all those ideals and ideas and great higher mind thoughts into our practical daily life. It takes our dreams into the ways that we can feed our dreams a little bit each day. Nothing long-lasting happens overnight. It's all just this slow feeding of our vision, of our dream. And that's what the Virgo moon really illuminates. And this all gets way more specific looking at your own individual chart of what house, what area of your life this is really being highlighted in. If you have an interest in knowing more about your own chart and how it relates to your health and your life and what you're experiencing right now and what's coming up for you, I do offer individual health coaching plus astrology sessions where we'll look at your natal birth chart and current transits and look at ways to really support your soul's path. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my website, mountainmermaidwellness.com. And these are my tips for the month. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope you have a healthy, restful, connective month into your heart and your emotions as we honor all that we love in our life, ourselves, our loved ones, and really hold and honor our own hearts this month. All right, take care.